Well, a very good morning, everybody, for Monday, the 5th of October. Well, I believe Noah's Ark may have been sighted yesterday. Certainly this morning, we could run a boating lake in parts of the airfield, but thankfully the bits we're going to be using are not too bad, but we are going to need to start winterfying our operation. But at the moment, we've got a bit of a gap before the next occlusion comes in. Low pressure currently centred just in the North Sea, and at the moment we're sort of just in the clear slots where there's lots of moisture, lots of instability. They're not particularly good for thermals, but nothing in the way of rain or strong winds for now. So yeah, good picture for this morning until about just after lunchtime, and then deteriorating again. And as we go into tomorrow, it's going to be a case of trying to fight off a couple of weak occlusions and some troughs before a better day on Wednesday. And then it all goes to pants on Thursday. So yes, we are definitely in the autumnal mix now. There's no doubt about that. Winds, as I say, are lighter than they were certainly yesterday. I would look more at this box than this one down here, probably at flying heights, almost due west, 20 to 25 knots at flying heights, 10 to 15 on the ground. Public forecast, as you can see, is showing that deterioration this afternoon and increasing winds, but generally west-southwest, which is a good direction for us, high wind launches hopefully. But yeah, you can see that will deteriorate from about lunchtime onwards, but good until then. That deterioration will be coming in off that occlusion, and as you can see, it will come in from the west, and by 3 o'clock, I imagine we'll be getting a little bit wet, so we'll keep an eye on that. And top temperatures today, well, the public one is saying 14 if we get some nice sunshine. This is probably saying very similar, which it is, and dew points down to not very much different, maybe just into single figures, giving us not particularly high cloud bases if we do get any sort of reasonable convection. I don't think we're going to get too much of that. Satellite picture shows the frontal system coming in quite clearly from the west, and we're just trying to exploit the sort of gaps around here. There is sort of medium to upper level cloud around as well as you might expect, but that's not what causes too much problem. And you can see that line on the infrared as well. Much worse weather into the continent. I know there's been some significant rainfall in parts of the Mediterranean. Again, you can see that rain as well, just sort of creeping its way over the Channel Islands at the moment. But yeah, won't be here till this afternoon. And the neighbour is saying, Farnborough's saying, this one's saying any time after 1, but I would say more 2, 3 o'clock. And we might only, there's reasonable cloud base at the moment, but I am aware as I look out there, there has been orographic cloud sat around. So yeah, don't be surprised with that. We'll have a look at Odium as well, see if the military are doing anything differently. Yeah, they're just sort of saying that, yeah, rain from about 3 o'clock. Currently at Lasham with a temperature of 10 and a bit and a dew point of 8.6. And that's the view outside. In fact, there's a little bit of low-level stratus, 200 to 300 feet there, but it is clearing through, I think. But there may be a bit of isolated patches. Soaring-wise, well, I won't show you the potential flight distance because it's nothing. You might get some weak thermals this morning if you are lucky, maybe to 2,000 feet. But very quickly, it will start coming in under the influence of that frontal system. Airspace-wise, I'll just reload this to make sure we're up to date. Airspace-wise, for Monday the 5th, not particularly much. 17, is that equestrian event? No, paragliders. Surprised about that. Maybe it's the wind's blowing in the right direction, but fairly quiet in our area. The Solent, Boscombe and Farnborough area is active as usual, and I think there's an equestrian event going on within the Brise zone. Okay, operationally, we're going to be 27. There is a jet movement at about 13:20, a orange Airbus that's coming from East Midlands to replace the orange Airbus that left, or a couple of orange Airbuses that left over the last couple of weeks. So we'll see that will probably mean a very good lunchtime. If they end up being late, they might not be able to land because of the weather. So we'll see if they have learned that. What else? Yes, the operation, as I say, the grass areas are relatively soggy. I think one airfield was saying, I was trying to work out how many millions of litres they've had dumped on the airfield, but I'm fairly sure we've had probably millions of litres, giving our 600 acres. So we'll be on 27. We will do circuits on both sides. We will land on the grass, but we'll depart off the runway. And the truck will have the boom on for the winter, so the big swinging arm that tows the cables out. So please, if you are using the retrieve truck, or if you're a little bit unfamiliar with how we operate during the winter, please do ask. There are a few differences that we will do to ensure that we are able to operate without ruining the grass. And when you're landing, please no jamming on the wheel brake, otherwise we'll make you put the trenches back down, because that's what the gliders will cause. But the whole airfield is landable, there's no problem with that, but we just need to take care of it. Okay, well, I said at least it's flyable today, and I will see you either today or a little bit later in the week. Bye for now.